Hi, I'm Trisha Doobie, and I'm here with Kathy at one of the booths in the exhibit hall, and she has an extremely unique product that she's been selling to entomologists all week, and she makes these out of cases from caddisflies. So how long have you actually been doing this?
I've been doing this almost 18 years now.
Wow.
It came out of a crazy idea when my husband and I were out in the stream, and he's a stream ecologist, and we were bringing home caddisflies and just looking at their case building techniques, and I thought, wow, I wonder if they would build with something different. So I gave them some aquarium gravel, was the first thing I gave them, and they incorporated that into their case, and it was like, this is art. This is something I'd never, it was like one of those light bulbs over your head and you just have to do it. That was kind of what happened.
So he's a stream ecologist, and what was your field of study before
Wildlife biology.
Wildlife
we both
biology.
met at Virginia Tech, and so that is where we both went to school. And it was years, we ended up getting married there, and years later, it was about 5 years later, that I decided to try this thing with the caddisflies. So I was enthralled with them, never heard of them before until I went to college. And, they're so unique because they're building each of these cases individually, one stone at a time. And so over the years of having them in our lab and watching them, it's been amazing to see the versatility of these caddisflies, the different types of substrate I give them. It was a very difficult process to develop the lab because, of course, you're needing nice, cool temperature water, you're looking at the right flow and the right quality water. So our lab had to be set up specifically for their requirements.
Yeah, so you have a synthetic stream, I guess you would call it, back in your lab.
I do.
And I was actually talking to you earlier this week because I'm so fascinated with it, and you collect these annually.
Absolutely. They won't breed in captivity. The adults, the males won't mate with the same females of their hatch that they hatch with. So every spring I go out between February and April and I collect caddisflies right out of their stream. I bring them into my lab, and I'll raise somewhere between 2,000 to 3,000 caddisflies a year.
Oh, wow. And these are early instars that you get them in out of the stream?
I collect them before they go through 5 growth instars, and I get them between their 3rd and 4th. Before they transition in their 5th instar, these caddisflies go from building with leaves into stones, which was something that we didn't, initially we didn't realize this was one guy. We thought we had 2 different caddisflies. So I like to bring them in before they transition into stone building so that I can give them my gemstones to build with.
Right.
So that's how we get our caddisflies to create unique art by using other gemstones that we provide them.
And where do you get your gemstones? You just do you have a
Most of the time I order them, or I go to gem and mineral shows.
Oh, okay.
And I look for some things that I like, you know, and
so this is certainly not the only scientific meeting out there, and you're always at the ESA meetings, but what other meetings do you go to?
I also like to go to the Society for Environmental Toxicology and Chemistry. There's a lot of aquatics people there. My main organization that I started with was NABS, which is now Society for Freshwater Fisheries, Freshwater Science, SFS, and I'll always know them as NABS. And then I'll do different juried art shows, and it's a lot more educating, but the public is really, really interested in unique art like this, and so it's also trying to educate people on that all bugs aren't bad bugs. Some bugs are good bugs, and these guys are absolute artists.
Yeah, they definitely are, and it's really great when non-scientists are able to learn about things like this that are so even entomologists, you know, we're used to it, but it's so fascinating that you can't not be impressed when you see something like this. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I really appreciate it.